But here's what you want to know. If you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hand, because that is the frequency. Match the frequency of the good you desire. Now stay with me. You may want to watch this videotape 100 times until this really sinks in. And through repetition, you'll say, oh, now I see. Now stay with me. Look here for a moment. The moment your belief matches with any state, you fuse with it. And this union results in the activation, projection of the plots and plans and conditions and circumstances. The moment your belief, when you understand this, our belief system is based upon our evaluation of something. And frequently, if we reevaluate a situation, our belief about it will change. Through watching this, through the repetition of watching what I'm going through here, you change your belief about yourself. That's how I changed my belief.
They say money isn't spiritual. There isn't anything that's not spiritual. You know, everything's spiritual, and there is all the money that everybody needs and wants waiting there for them. And there's only one reason it's not in their lives, and that's because they're stopping it from coming into their life. By thinking we don't have enough, by thinking we don't deserve it, by maybe being programmed the way you were, that my family didn't have very much, you know, I'm destined to not have very much, kind of born on the wrong side of the tracks kind of thing, or all of those thoughts, to believe that we only get money through our job. If you believe that that's the only way you're going to get money, that's the only way that you're going to get money. But you can get money from unbelievable, unlimited ways. And so you start to open up your mind that money can come from anywhere, everywhere.
The person who's living in lack is waiting for their wealth to feel abundant. They're waiting for their success to feel empowered. They're waiting for their healing to feel gratitude. They're waiting for their new relationship to feel love. They're waiting for their mystical experience to feel awe. That's the Newtonian model of reality, of cause and effect. You know, waiting for that event to happen to take away this separation or lack. Nothing wrong with it. It's the way most people create. But what we've discovered is actually something else. The moment you feel gratitude, your healing begins. The moment you feel worthy and abundant, you're generating wealth. The moment you're empowered, you are moving towards your success. The moment you're in love with yourself and you're in love with life, you'll create an equal. The moment you are in awe of life, you're going to have a mystical experience. And so that's causing an effect.
All negativity comes from unawareness. A lack of health, a lack of money, fear, negative emotions, problems and suffering. Anything and everything we don't want in life comes from unawareness. So if you want to step out of negative experiences, including fear, hurt, sadness, problems and suffering, then simply become aware. When you're aware, your mind stops its incessant chatter and your happiness increases. When you're aware, manifestation accelerates because there's barely any resistance and there are no contradictory thoughts to oppose what you want. You start to realize the power you have over the world and you fall into the perfect flow of life where everything just seems to happen for you.
People say, oh, well, thinking stuff. The thinking stuff is very important. Thought is the most potent form of energy there is. Thought waves would make cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. Thought makes the laser look puny. Do you know that your thoughts, the thoughts you think, they're everywhere at the same time? Thought is everywhere. Thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space. When you write the goal card, what you're doing is you're painting a picture with words. Now, when I touch the goal card in my pocket, my sensory factor touch is affected. A light message goes screaming through the central nervous system. Wait! It's a group of cells in my brain. They're activated, and the picture of the goal flashes on the screen in the mind. Simultaneously with me touching the card, the picture's there. The only thing that can grow is the thing you give energy to. That's how you give energy to it.
Manifestation is the ability to take an intention and embed it into your subconscious in a manner such that it has the greatest likelihood to occur or to manifest. And what I mean by that is what people don't appreciate is every second we have about 6 to 10 million bits of information coming to us from our sensory organs. That's what makes us who we are. That creates our reality. But on a conscious level, we can only deal with 50 to 100 because 99.9% go to maintain our bodily function. That 50 to 100, though, you have control over. How do you deal with that? Well, you take the tools, and what I mean by that is the tools to embed something into your subconscious. The best way to do that, and I'm sure you've heard the term, what fires together, wires together. If you create habits, this results in the creation of neural pathways, and if the mere repetition of those habits actually lays down the circuitry that then gets embedded and then actually makes things happen. And I'll explain it as follows. When you are able to use all of your sensory organs or abilities to embed that intention and do it repeatedly, that is when you're creating these neural pathways. As an example, if you have an intention, you take a pencil, you write it down, you're actually doing something physical, tactile, then you read it silently, then you read it aloud, then you visualize that, and you do that over and over and over again. What that will do is then embed that into your subconscious. And then these different cognitive brain networks get activated. What you want to do is to use all of your sensory organs as much as possible to embed that intention. So by writing it down, by reading it aloud, by visualizing it, that creates the process where this gets embedded and into your subconscious. And what happens is once you get this embedded, it activates different parts of your brain. And without getting too technical, one is something called the default mode network. This is what happens when your mind wanders or you're daydreaming. And it's self-referential because it's internally focused, but it's where you create the narrative of who you are or what you want.
Gratitude is, another thing that I think gets overlooked when it comes to manifesting, because I think people think manifesting is just about more. But actually it's about making the life that you already have feel as good as possible. And there's so much research on gratitude and then the power of it. There was that great experiment by Dr. Joe Dispenza, which showed where he got participants to practice gratitude 3 times a day for 4 days in a row. And what he found was that their immune system strengthened by 50%. And I really loved when I first saw that and heard about that experiment, because I realized that the power of our mind is not just changing how we feel, but it's changing our actual physiology. There's a real impact on it. And gratitude is amazing for sleep, depression, anxiety. It's incredible. I always say, look, if you guys didn't listen to anything I said, but you just started practicing gratitude, you would see a shift in your life.